Hi, you're watching Professor Plays. Today I'm playing Factorio 1.1. I did some work off camera. I said I was going to. Let me show you the map. I built a wall at the top. And the way I did that is I did a little experimenting. I had the bots build this, well, so I can zoom in here. Build this network of roboports and power poles. And of course they need to be able to, in order to have them work far away, they need to have roboports. And so they essentially started at the bottom. And they built the roboports all the way up. And at the top, there is a sequence of roboports going across the wall. Sorry if I'm scrolling too quickly there. So you can see roboports going across the wall. Now, notice here, these two logistic networks are not connected. And I did that on purpose. And I'm going to go up here and so I can stand next to these different devices here and we'll talk about it. So in order to get quickly, to navigate quickly on the map, I have a little rail line here. So there's the rail line. And I'm over here somewhere. So let me go over here to the rail line. So it has programmed with two locations, up and down. And I want to go to the top of the map, or top of the base, however you want to describe it. So I guess this, what would this be? This would be my Factorio Area Rapid Transit, I guess. I'm not so crazy about that acronym though, but that's what this is. Okay, so here, so we're at the top of the world. And this, again, is where the two logistic networks are separated. Okay, so the separation you can see right there. You can see where my character is standing. That bottom chest is in the orange area of this logistic network. And then that top chest is in the orange area of that logistic network up there. Okay, let's zoom in here. So again, this bottom chest is in, oh, now you can see them. This bottom chest is in the bottom network and the top was in the top. I did this on purpose. This green chest here is a buffer chest. It can request items. Bots will bring the items to the chest. I wanted to request items that were necessary to build and maintain the wall. If it gets damaged, to repair it and that sort of thing. This chest is a red, it's hard to see, but it's a red a passive provider chest. And that chest is being used by the bots to build and repair the wall. I think it's all built now. It's been there long enough. I think this one's all built. Yes, it is. So this wall is all built. You can see the wall. You can see the lasers. You can see roboports and power poles. The reason I did it like this, oh, and then there's some controls over here. There is a constant combinator. Constant combinator looks like this. And all you do with a constant combinator is you can click on it and you can put output signals. That's all it does. So you can say, what do you want to output? Okay, anything. You can pick anything you want, any factorio item you want, including any of the numbers and text characters or colors. Anything you want, you can output. So what I'm using the constant combinator for here in this case is I'm outputting the items I want to build and repair the wall. So this is the constant combinator. This is what the signals are. It's laser turrets, medium power poles, wall, and repair packs, and whatever else I think I might need. That's all I have in there right now. Bots are delivering, excuse me, let me back up. So this green chest down here is a requester chest. I'm requesting those items in this chest. And bots are delivering those items from the main base. Now, I've done this in the past, a remote wall with something similar to this. I've never used bots before to deliver the items. I always use trains. Trains are so much faster. But just for experimenting, I thought I would use bots. And so they're able to deliver. It's kind of slow, but it does work. I mean, the bots, they have to go down here, pick up the items in the main base, and they fly very slowly, and they have to recharge periodically along the way, the roboports. But they can eventually deliver the items up here. And of course it works, so it's not ideal maybe. I think I would use probably rail. Is still better, but it works. I kept these two networks separate on purpose because what I did not want is I did not want the requester chest up here. So these, let's say these are all the same network and you're requesting something to build the wall. I did not want the bots to fly off into some odd direction, which they might do. And so they would take off maybe, and they would be going over here to build, there's a laser turret that needs to be built over here in the corner. So a bot is going to grab it down here and going to take off in a straight line and try to place it even over here. It's going to run out of charge right over here. It's going to go out here and run out of charge. And it's going to fly back to a roboport, wherever the closest one is. And it's going to try again, and it's going to try again. I did not want that. And even with a requester chest, which looks like it's in a pretty straight line, there's no guarantee the bot is going to fly along the straight line to get there. It might, because of where the roboports are, it might basically be forced to do that. So that might actually work, but I didn't want that. I wanted them to be separate networks. And so that's why they are separate networks. So what this constant combinator is used for is to request the items that I want to be placed into this chest. So this chest, the buffer chest, which is in the main network, is requesting items, and the bots are delivering it to this chest. They're not going to go off course. They're not going to, this chest is requesting items. The bots are not going to fly over here because it's not being requested over there. It's being requested right here. They're going to fly in a straight line where all the roboports are, where they can recharge. This inserter is picking items up from this buffer chest and placing them in this passive provider chest. Once they're there, the bots in this network, the wall network we'll call it, the bots in this network can pick the items up and go build or repair the wall. The only place they might run out of charge, and they did when I was watching them build, they would pick it up and they would fly in a straight line over here and run out of charge somewhere. And then they have to go back and charge, and then they go over here and get there eventually. But it wasn't as pronounced. It wasn't as much of a void as flying from the main base over to here. And you could obviously minimize this by where you put chests along the way. Okay, that's what that does. Then I want to limit how many items are in the chest. The buffer chest, let me get out of map view here. The buffer chest, you can request, I want 50 laser turrets. I want 50 power poles. You can put a number, you can put a limit on there. The inserter that's picking items up from this chest and putting them into that chest doesn't really have a limit, certainly not a default. The inserter by itself does not. And the passive provider chest doesn't have a limit other than you can cap the total capacity, but that doesn't help. If I capped the chest like that, and let's say it put 51 medium power poles before there were any laser turrets, well, the laser turret would not be in there. There wouldn't be any room for it. You'd have 100 repair packs, 100 walls. You'd have 50 medium power poles here. You'd have 1 medium power pole there, and there'd be no lasers. So that doesn't really work either. So I use this constant combinator to set a number. How many of each item do I want in the passive provider chest? That's what that's used for. And so I set those numbers in here. Okay, so I want 50 of those, 50 of those. And you can put any number you want, as long as it would fit in the chest. Total. Then I have this arithmetic combinator. And all it's doing is, it says, for each item, that's what this symbol means, for each item on the input, multiply it by -1. And output each item. All right, so all that's, and then it's wired. Here you can see the wires here. I kind of separated it. Hopefully you can see the wires. Here's the constant combinator. This is where you set how many you want of each. There's a wire. So if I hover over it, you see the wire gets highlighted. There's a red wire that's going over to the arithmetic combinator. And here's the passive provider, and there's a green wire going over to the input of the arithmetic combinator. Okay. So how many items do you want? Put it in here. And then this is a separate request. These I could use the same, but I'm not. This is actually a separate request. Request these items. Bots bring them to here. And then the filter inserter, I've overridden the stack size to 1 just so I can keep my counts close. And then I select set filters. That actually allows the logic to set the filter of the inserter. And if you're not familiar with the filter inserter, the filters or the whitelist is the only item or items that it will pick up. It will not pick up anything else. So I'm using the logic to set that filter. What do I want to pick up? That's what that does. That's what this allows you to do when you click that checkbox. It says set filters. That's what that allows you to do, is set the filters using the program logic. So you go into here, your constant combinator. How many do you want? They're delivered by the main base to this chest. The filter inserter is taking a look at what's in this pass provider, what's in the request, the requested items, or rather the chest items, the items that are actually in the chest, are multiplied by -1. They're then added to the items that are being requested from the constant combinator. And if there's a difference, if you have items that you're missing, that will be a positive number, and that positive number is connected to the filter inserter and then will show up as a filter, and the filter inserter will pick that item out of the chest, out of the green chest, and put it into the red chest. So if there's an item missing that you need, it'll become a positive number, it'll get picked up. So if I go in here and pick up something out of this chest, we can maybe see that happen. So let's pick some power poles. So I pick some power poles. So now if you look at the filter inserter, there's a power pole icon, and it's moving items out of this chest and putting them into the red chest. It's going to keep doing that until it's equalized the counts between the constant combinator and what's actually in the chest. So, the constant combinator says there should be 50. I took part of them out of the chest. There wasn't 50. That resulted in a negative number. A positive number, because I multiplied by -1. So there was a negative difference, which then gets multiplied by -1, which then made it a positive difference. And that difference is fed into this filter inserter, which then was added to the list, the filter list of things to pick up, and it picked up those items from that chest. Now this chest is missing some medium power poles. The bots will now bring medium power poles from the main base and put them into that chest. Now it may take them a while. I don't see any. It may take them a while to go get the medium power poles and start heading in that direction, but they will eventually get up there. Now that's why I say they're not super speedy. The bots aren't, which is why if it were a situation where you needed a lot of supplies, rails are much faster, which is what I've always done in the past. But it's kind of fun to try something different. So anyway, so that's what this is all about. So then this rail line I just put in there so I would have a fast way to transport myself back and forth to the wall if I needed to go to the wall. If I'm under attack and something's happening and the bots are not able to repair or whatever, I can just get up there quickly. I just built one to the north wall. I haven't built one to the east wall yet. Rail line, that is. Okay, so the bots are working on this wall over here. I don't know, are you finished yet? Yeah, it looks like they must be finished. Well, there's maybe not finished. Okay, they're still doing 1 or 2 pieces, but mostly finished on this wall over here. Same idea. Separate networks. You can see bots are still delivering items. There's a bot delivering a wall segment to this buffer chest. And same idea, it's same exact circuitry, is passing the items from the buffer chest over into the passive provider chest. And then there's bots in this network that built the wall. And there's one there doing something. So it looks like they're just about finished with that wall. And then the wall down here you already saw, that's connected to the main base. So I think we're all walled off. It's wall down here, and wall up here. There's bots in this network, and they have access to, like I say, all the things you just saw, including repair packs. So if there's an attack, they can go repair. Same thing over here. They have access to the same items. If I decide I'm missing something, I want something else into this upper network, I can just add it to that request, and then the bots will bring it up there. So now we have all this area in here walled off, and we can grow our base, do whatever we want. So we have lots of resources. We have crude oil here. We already know about the 2 oils over here. We have, iron, stone, copper, more uranium. It's plenty and plenty of stuff. More iron and copper down here. So that's what I've done so far. So now, if I were going to keep building, let's say making my base bigger, like say I'm going to try to mega base or something, I would do a kind of a grid of roboports on, well, it doesn't matter either side, so let's pick a side here. Let's just start, let's start on the left one here. Doesn't make any difference. I'll show you what I use for that. And what all it is roboports in a column. See, there's 2 columns, and they are spaced the maximum distance apart from left to right. So that provides the maximum build coverage from your roboports. And I would just build a column of these. I would just cover the entire area. Columns, I guess, plural. I would just cover the entire area. Oh, it's going to hit the rail there. But with these roboports. So then the whole place, wherever you decided to build, would be in the build area of your robot network. So you would just go place these everywhere, wait for them to get filled in, and then you basically could just, from the map view, put down a blueprint, and the bots will go build it. Because everything would be under robot network coverage once that's all in place. That's how I would do it. And it just, well, I need to get power over here, but it's the way I do. There we go. It's the way I do my bigger bases. So you can see what I'm doing here. I would just continue that all the way up, and you'd see, and you can do rows, columns, doesn't matter. You see columns of these robot networks, and then the entire space, wherever you wanted your, could be all of this. I would do 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 everything inside the walls. Would all be inside your robot build network. So then you could just, I'm in the map, make sure you have radar everywhere, which I haven't put that in the blueprint yet, but make sure there's radar. You could just, from the map view, select your blueprint, plop it down, the bots will build it. Or do whatever you want it to do from map view. That's how I would expand my base and make it a bigger base, using something like that. And there's other ways, other types of robot grids that you can do. I've tried different grids. I don't know if I have any here I can show you. I think I've got a couple more here, maybe. Yeah, so here's a grid. You can do grids like this. What this would do is it gives you many more roboports, so you can build faster because there's more roboports for the bots to charge. There's 4 on each corner. You can do variations of that. I have a variation or 2 of that one. I can't remember. Let's see. Do I have a different one like that? Yeah. So here, instead of 4 roboports on each corner. There's only one on each corner. Same idea. If you wanted to do a grid-based network and build your base inside grids, I've done that also. So lots of ideas. The main idea is let the robots do the work now. Just go to the map view, manipulate your base from the map view, and then let the bots do the work. Now, if I were going to do that, I would plop the roboports down, and then you have to make sure you have radar coverage if you want to manipulate things from the map view. So look on your mini map and figure out where your radars need to be. And then after you put your roboport grid down, go throw some radars around in your base. Like that. Like that. And then, you'll be able to manipulate the world from the map view. So that's what I would do. Okay. Speaking of map view, I've been kind of busy doing things like this and kind of ignoring pollution. I checked it every once in a while, but we should be okay now. I don't know how intense the attacks might be. If we do get attacked, we'll find out. I'm just using laser turrets. I do have quite a few, as you can see. Oh, somebody doesn't have power, so see, I would want to fix that. So I just hover over a power pole, press Q, and then go down here and shift click and tell the bots to put a medium power pole over there. That's how I manipulate the entire base now at this point. It's just from this map view. Oh, there's some more over here that need power. Let's do the same thing. Can I put you here? Yeah, you can cover. Oh, will you cover them there? Yeah, you'll cover them there. Shift click there. The corners can be areas of focus where the bugs will attack more, so you might need to beef up the corner defenses a bit. But, we'll see. I don't know how bad it'll be, but, if they break through, oh well. You can go down and repair it and build it bigger next time. This is not the beefiest defense in the world. 2 rows of laser turrets like that. If you get a big massive attack, they would be able to get through your wall. There's things you can do. I have other blueprints that I could have used. Let's see if I can show you one of those. Oh, it's not in here. It's in rail and wall, of course. Yeah, like this. You can put these, I call them dragon's teeth, on the outside of your wall. So it's, like the lasers are different spacing. But anyway, it's just wall segments. You see that at the bottom there. And what that does is it slows the bugs down. And so they have more time for the lasers to engage them. So you can do that. And put more lasers. You can put flame turrets. And flame turrets need some kind of petroleum product. You can use crude oil or any of the other refined petroleums. But flame turrets, they have quite a long range on them, and they shoot flame, and then the flame will burn on the ground for quite a while, and any bugs that walk through it would take a lot of damage or get killed just walking through it. So you could do a multiple tiers of defenses if you need to, which I might need to if I keep playing. I don't know. We'll see. So that's what I've done so far. Well, some of the things I've done. I had to turn the pollution cloud off here. The steel smelting was not cooperating the last time with these power poles. I don't know what was going on with that. What I eventually did was I just went up there and deleted all the power poles, had my bots delete them. And I put the blueprint back down, and then let my bots put the power poles in there. I don't know if the 1.1 update where they're managing power poles differently was causing the issues. If you watched the last episode, I was walking along and trying to place power poles that were in the blueprint, and it was not putting them in the right place. I don't know what was going on. If I was doing something dumb, I don't know. Maybe I was doing something dumb. I'm missing. Speaking of doing something dumb, I don't have any stuff up there. I'll need to go up there and fix that. I don't have any inserters up there to fix that. Let me go up here while I'm talking about it. Do I have a train? Do I have a train? Locomotive, actually. Let me go up there and fix that inserter. Yeah, the power poles were just not going where the blueprint had them, and they were not going where they should have been going, even without a blueprint. At least I didn't think so. So who was missing an inserter? Oh, I could just put the blueprint down again. Let's see, where is that? Smelting, steel. Oh, except the belt's going to be going the wrong way. Or did I update it? Oh, I updated it. I updated it because of that issue, right? Do you not have inserters in the blueprint? Wait, where's the one missing? I know I saw one missing. Where was it? Up here. Maybe the blueprint's missing some inserters. Aha, the blueprint is missing some inserters. Let me put some in here. Make sure they're all in place. Start at the end here. Just make sure they're all in there, then I'll update my blueprint. We're just looking at the inserters. Okay, I think I got them all. Now I'll update the blueprint. So the way I do that is just get to where you can see everything. Do Control C, hold on Shift, select everything. Now you can edit this before you create the blueprint. So I don't want this belt going all the way up there. Holding down right mouse and just remove that part, and I can maybe make this a little bit smaller here. Again, right mouse to remove those. And now I want to call it, let's see, it was item equals steel plate smelting is where it's going to be stored. So it makes steel, and it has 2 item equals, what is it, fast transport belt in. So it makes steel, and it uses 2 red belts of iron ore in. Item equals iron ore in. Okay, so it's making steel, and it's 2 red belts of iron ore in. Okay, that's what it's called. And yes, okay. And you can put comments here. So outputs almost a yellow belt of steel. And so whatever you want, put a comment in there. It does not quite put a full yellow belt out. So then create the blueprint, and then B for your blueprint library. And I've created a separate blueprint book called Smelting. You can drop it in here anywhere. So there's the one I just created. So then this is the one I'm updating. Not that one. Where's the one I'm at? 2 right here. So I don't know if I named it. Oh, I did name it the same. Okay, so steel, 2 in, 2 red belts in. So it's steel and then electric furnace. Okay, so let's change this. So we can delete this. Steel and electric furnace. Yeah, so let's delete the old one. Let's put you here. And you are steel. Oops, steel and electric furnace. Electric furnace, and I want you to be steel plate. There we go. Steel, 2 red, and the other one looked different. Did I not have a space in there? Did I not have a space there? Steel, 2 red belts in, like that. Let's try that. See what that looks like. Save blueprint. Yeah, there we go. Make steel, 2 red belts of iron ore in. and it's making steel in electric furnaces. So there's my blueprint. Now it's in my blueprint book. Now it should line up if I did it correctly. Yeah, so now it lines up with the old one. So now I've got an updated print, and you can see it's not making a full yellow belt. I said it's a very difficult chore to make a full yellow belt of steel. And look at all the electric furnaces here running, and it's not even close to being a full yellow belt. So it's just the nature of steel. Now these electric furnaces, you can put modules in them, speed modules. You can put beacons to make them faster. There's certainly ways to get much more steel production, but you need modules to do that. Anyway, so that's my remote steel. And how are you doing down here? Iron mine. It looks like you're running out of some resources. Just looking at the red lights. See that red light right there on the mining drill? So these are empty. These are empty. Oops. Deleted too much. Didn't want to delete the belt. You're empty. You are empty. You are empty. You are empty. Okay. Enough of that. You don't need to watch that. So that's my remote steel is running now. I've got the wall. I've got the robo network extended to build the wall. I did put a couple laser turrets up here, but now that we have walls, unless I missed a bug somewhere, hopefully we're okay. It could cover the entire inner part of the base in radar also. That would, of course, that would be part of my network, would be including radars. But if you don't want to put the RoboPort network right now, you could just put a radar network and cover the inner part of your base with a radar network also. Okay, let's go back down here. I'm researching atomic bomb. It took a while to build all the walls and extend the network. So while I was doing all that, of course, research was running. So I've got quite a bit of research done since the last time you watched, if you watched the previous episode. So let's go down here in the base. I've added a few things to the base, which I can now build. So let's see what is... Oh, so down here, I think this is new. So I put this build down here making modules. It's making speed module 2 and efficiency module 2. And I think, why are you making those two? Well, the big power armor Mark II requires as inputs 25 speed module 2 and 25 efficiency module 2. So that's why I'm making those in this build. And I only want 25. So if you can see, there's a wire connecting this inserter to that steel chest on each side. If you click on the inserter, it says the enable condition is there's less than 25 efficiency module 2s, and this one says less than 25 speed module 2s. So after they've been running long enough, in the chest you'll have 25 of each. And that's what I need to build my big power armor. So I'm going to build my big power armor right now, so they'll give me those. And they'll go about building the 25 more if I wanted to, if I could stop it if I wanted to, or if I wanted to build armor again. So that is what I need. I also need 60 blue circuit, 40 electric engine. Here's blue. Right, oop, stop moving, thank you. 60 blue. And electric engines are in the network. Now let's just request them. Let's see, electric engines. How many did I say? Was it 60? Oh, it's right here. 40 electric engines. And I just requested a stack, right? Yeah, so I requested 50. That's definitely more than 40. Are you bringing me my engines? Yes, you are. Did you bring me 50 or 40, or what did you bring? You brought 2. That's not 40. It says they're on the way. Can we see them on the map? Really? There's something. Those are some bots bringing stuff. Looks like electric engines. Now how many do I have? 10? So it's taking them long enough. I don't see anybody else on the way. Oh. Don't tell me you guys are Why would you have electric engines over there? You shouldn't have electric engines over there. What are you doing? They're empty. Oh. The logistic bots had probably taken stuff down to the other end. And now are you guys going to give me my engines? Yeah, that wasn't very efficient, was it? You should have selected logistic bots that were already over here, but it didn't for some reason. So now they're going to bring me my engines. Okay, thank you very much. Even if it was the roundabout way to get it to me. Yeah. So now I have my engines. Now I don't want to keep requesting those, so I'm going to get rid of that. Right click. What else did I want? 40 engines, 30 low density structures. So low density structures are part of the yellow science build. And what I did was at the end of this conveyor, after they've gone through all the yellow science factory, and these are the extras, if you will, I put them into a red chest. So you could make a separate build of those if you wanted to, so I wanted 30 of those. Okay, now I can make myself a big armor. This bigger armor has more, or will have, once I get it, will have more room in it. So this little build here builds the personal batteries that go in your armor, and it builds the Mark II batteries, the bigger ones, and that's what's in this chest, the Mark II batteries. And it also builds the Mark II roboports, which can support 25 construction bots each. And then this build down here, which I've not set up yet, I want to show you how I do that. This is going to build the portable fusion reactor, which I call Mr. Fusion from Back to the Future. So that's what it looks like to me. So this will be your power source in your bigger armor. So you no longer need solar panels. You put one of these in there. So let me show you how that works. So I want this machine to build that. I'm going to get a requester chest or a buffer chest. The difference between a buffer chest and a requester chest is the buffer chest can request, and the bots will deliver stuff to it, but it can also be used, the bots can also take stuff out of it and use it to build. The other chest, the requester chest, you can request, but the bots can't take stuff out of it to build with. That's the difference. So whichever one you want to use doesn't make any difference. So plop that down there, give it an inserter. Let's give it a fast inserter. Now I want to put the request items in here required to build this. Okay, here you go. Shift right click on the factory. Shift left click on the box. Now look in the box. It's got the request in there for the items that it needs, and it requests enough to build 2 of whatever it is. That's a fast way to set up your build. Now because it's a buffer chest, I don't care if it's requesting extras, or I don't care if extra items get placed in it. They're still available for the bots to use in the network. That's the nice thing about using buffer chests. So now I was going to build the portable fusion reactor. I don't want to build a bunch of these. I'm not going to output them to a chest. I'm just going to wait until the factory, this assembly machine builds one, and I'm going to come over here and manually remove it myself. Because I want at most 2 in my armor. Sometimes I just use 1 with batteries, but no more than that. Okay, is my armor, where's my armor? Yeah, here's my armor. So now pick it up with your left mouse, plop it down on your old armor. Put your old armor over here in your inventory. Right click on your old armor. And this may be the totally backwards way to do this, but here's your old armor. Take what you want out of the old armor. Now, once you can see the background, you can control click. I don't think that works without being able to see the back of it. Does it if I control click here? Control click. It just gives me those two. Okay, so you can control click, click, control click, and take those out. I don't really need the solar panels. I'll put them back in there. Now I've taken all the good stuff out of the old armor. Okay. Now throw it away. Put it in your trash. Okay, where's my new armor? Are you done yet? Okay, I'm wearing it. I'm wearing the new armor. So now right click on your lower left corner of the screen here. Right click on your new armor. You have a bigger grid now of stuff in your new armor. And so what do you want to put in there? So I want to put the new stuff in here. Let's see, you are building me the better roboports. So I want those. You are building the better batteries. So I want those. And what I do not need is, I do not need these batteries. You can have those. And you're building those, but you're not ready yet. So you need 200 blue circuits. So you're still working on that. Okay. So right now I've got my exoskeletons. I want my Mark II personal roboports. I want my bigger batteries. I'll have a Mr. Fusion. Oh, that Mr. Fusion's pretty big. Well, I may need to move some stuff around to make room for it. I'll probably put two Mr. Fusions, fusion reactors. I'll probably put two of those in here. Let's wait till I have those and I can move stuff around. Anything else I want to put in here? Oh, night vision. There's night vision. Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, two Mark II roboports. You can put a bunch of them if you want, but each one is 25 robots, so I can control 50 robots now from my suit. And you can put 4 of those and control 100 robots from your suit if you really want to do a lot of building. And you can put a bunch of these exoskeletons if you really want to walk fast. So 25. Okay, so I have 100 construction bots. That's fine. Let me see. Are you finished yet? No, you're still waiting on blue circuits. Let's help you out here a little bit. Now it's running. I'll show you how big it is in your suit. Okay, so now in my suit, here's the portable fusion. Here's the portable fusion reactor. You can see how big it is. So, not a lot of room when you put a couple of those in there. Does it fit here? It does. Okay, that fits there nicely. So now that'll charge. You see the roboports are charging. It'll also charge the batteries. I sometimes use just one. It depends what you're doing. With the Mark II batteries, if you have enough Mark II batteries and you're not constantly running around, in other words, you give them time to charge, one will probably be okay. If you're doing a lot of combat, if you have personal laser turrets and they're constantly doing battle, then you may want 2 fusion reactors to keep those lasers charged up and running. So it just depends what you're doing. You can have multiple suits. You can have you can create multiple power armor Mark IIs. Populate the power armor Mark II the way you want. Have one for combat, one for building, and then keep one in your inventory and then swap them. It's kind of, magical maybe. Put all the stuff in your armor. It does not occupy any more slots other than the armor slot. So you can build another Mark II armor, configure it exactly the way you want for building, grab it, put it on. Now you've got your building armor on. Have one configured for combat. Grab it, put it on. Now you're ready for combat. So I do that. So just to give you an idea. Okay, what else did I want in there? Anything else? Oh, okay, the night vision's in there. And did I make another battery? Yeah, give me these batteries. And let's do that. And that. And I could have a couple more exoskeletons maybe, but that's fine for now. That's fine for now. Okay, what else did I change or build? So I built that for power armor. I built this to make the power armor. Anything else? I can't remember. Oh, well, I cleared out some bugs in order to build these walls. And I have so many upgrades now with the combat robots. I forget what the deployment limit is. Well, I can show you. It doesn't matter, right? It is way up there. And it's basically that you walk through the base and the base dissolves. So, how many can I deploy? $40. So I can have 40 of these things. Plus, with this suit now, I can have personal lasers. Plus, I can throw the distractor capsules, which shoot lasers after you throw them. Yeah. Okay, this is the way I want to do combat, right? That you just walk through the bug base and watch it dissolve. So I did that. In fact, I didn't walk through. I drove the tank through to make it even more unfair. And I took out the biter bases that were in the way. So they were nothing to watch. It was nothing there. Nothing exciting at all. They just vanished. That's how I got rid of those extra bases. Why are you blinking? Oh, because you want speed modules. Oh, and then, okay, that's good. Thank you for blinking and reminding me. My nuclear or uranium processing build, I had not updated in a while, and the early build and the later build did not match. I had to move some belts around and stuff like that. So I updated those as well. So if you download the blueprints from this playthrough, which I have not posted yet as I'm recording this, by the way, it is Christmas Day, 2020. Merry Christmas. I will be posting them to my website, and I'll put notes in the comments. Or, in the comments, I'll tell you where to download them. But I'm updating all my prints as part of this playthrough, I'm glad I'm doing it because I really needed to update them. And this was one of the issues, was the uranium processing. So I have updated the uranium processing print. Now it looks different than this because I just updated it recently. Same idea, just it won't line up perfectly. The Coverex part will, but the top part up here will not quite line up. But that's not the right one. Where are you? This one? Yes, this one. Yeah, this is the one. So instead of splitting the uranium ore on each side, I bring it down the center on a red belt. And then the output products go down the side. It just makes it a little bit narrower. And then the Coverex part is essentially the same. The blueprint includes beacons. We haven't talked about beacons. Well, I've talked about them, but I haven't used them yet. The blueprint part includes beacons. So I have updated that. Those updates will be in when I make them available for download. They will be the updated Coverex or uranium processing will be in the updated blueprints. So I also was doing that off camera. Oh, and then just today, this morning, this unload all station, I call it here, for the rail network with Stacker, I created basically the same thing, but I created one that offloads material in the other direction. So I only had the one that offloaded in one direction, but in the blueprints, once they're posted under rail and wall, unload all left and unload all right. So now there will be one that will be the same as this, but all the stuff will be unloading in the other direction. That's what I did. So that'll be available also in the prints. So that's what I've been up to. As I said, for me, I don't know when you'll be watching this much later probably, but for me it's Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Belated, perhaps. Um, hopefully your Christmas was good. And hopefully you survived 2020. And looking forward to 2021, where maybe we'll be a little bit more back to normal. We can all hope, right? So thanks for watching. If you liked it, I would appreciate it if you would click on that thumbs up. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.